Good morning, students. So let us continue with the same chapter on light energy. So in this class, we'll be discussing about something called as mirrors. In day-to-day life, we see flat mirrors at our home, like something like, let me just write it, something like this. You see a flat mirror. But at times we have different kind of mirrors as well. Those are called curved mirrors. The reason why they're called curved mirrors is because these mirrors will be something like this. Okay, so can you tell me a situation where you have seen this kind of mirror? A very nice example would be a spoon. If you see a spoon is also kind of a mirror only if you use a silver spoon. You can see your image, right? So if you see, there are two surfaces of that spoon. So we can say that these are called curved mirrors. As the name suggests, they are curved in their shape. So after this, it is also known as spherical mirrors, but they never look like spherical mirrors. Then why they are called spherical mirrors? So the question is, why they are called spherical mirrors even when they are not looking like a spherical mirror? The reason is very simple, because they are part of a sphere. So let me draw it for you. So if I have this mirror, this is the mirror. Then if you see properly, I'll just use a different color for this one. If you see, they are actually a part of a bigger sphere. So I can say that they are a they are nothing but a spherical mirror. This is the reason why they are called spherical mirror, because they are part of a big sphere. Okay, so this is done. So let us try to understand some of the things regarding this one. So I'll just zoom it properly. So the spherical mirror, I should write it something like this. So spherical mirror, I'll show it like this. So this is the spherical mirror. And always remember, spherical mirror will have two sides. So if I draw something like this, so let me just draw it properly. Let not be here. Suppose I have this part. Okay, as you know, one part of the mirror has to be silvered. So that means some coating has to be there. So whenever I draw this kind of things, that means this part is called your silvered silvered surface. Okay, and this is your reflecting surface. This is your reflecting surface. So this is called your reflecting surface. I repeat, this is called reflecting surface. What do you mean by reflecting surface is, whenever you see your image will can be seen from this side. Okay, so this is called your reflecting surface. So let me just, so this is one kind of curved mirror. This mirror is known by the name concave mirror. I repeat, so this kind of mirror is called concave mirror. Don't worry, I'll give you the notes for this one as well. So this is called concave mirrors. And other than this, I can have a situation where instead of, this is the mirror, instead of this part being silver, I can have this part silvered. Imagine you are looking at the other side of the spoon. Okay, so this part can be silvered, and this part can be your reflecting surface. This part can be a reflecting surface. So this kind of spherical mirrors are called your convex mirror. So previous one was concave and this one was convex mirror. So this is done. So let us try to understand some of the terminologies regarding this mirrors. So first is pole. So let us try to, I'll just draw one diagram for you. So let this be a spherical mirror, and if you see, it will have a center, right? So let the center of this curved image, curved mirror be this one. So this is called your, something called as pole. So this is called your pole. Okay, and the amount of surface that can be reflected, that will reflect, is called your something called as aperture. Aperture. Many of you might be a photographer, so those people might be connecting with what is called as aperture. So photography deals about aperture. So this is your aperture, is the amount of area that can reflect light. So that's called your aperture. So aperture we are done with, and I told you this is a part of a actually a bigger sphere. Okay, so it will, this sphere will have a center, right? This center is called your, I'll just erase these parts. So this center is called your, let me use a different color. This center is called your center of aperture. Center of aperture. I repeat, it is called center of aperture. So this is done. And if I, from center, if I draw anywhere in anything like this, so this is called as radius of, no, sorry, this is not center of aperture. This is called radius, center of curvature. Pardon me for that. It is called radius, center of curvature. Curvature, and this radius is called radius of curvature. Radius of curvature. Don't worry, I'll formally define all these things, but for the time being, just understand. And from here, from the center to this center, this is called your something called as principal axis. Principal axis. So what did we do over here? We defined, we saw what is radius of curvature, we saw what is pole, we saw what is center of curvature, we saw what is aperture, and we saw what is principal axis. Now I'm going to formally define all these things one by one. So let us start by understanding what is silvered surface. I'm going to formally define all of this. So let me just bring up the text symbol. So let me just type in here. I'll use the voice speech. The surface on which silvering is done is called the silver surface. Those surface on which silvering, okay, that I think it took it otherwise. The surface on which silvering is done is called the silvered surface. Silvered surface. So let me just take one more. So let me just type in. The reflection of light takes place from the other surface, which is called the reflecting surface. Okay, so reflection of light takes place from the other surface, which is called the reflecting surface. I think it's taking voice space, it's not working properly, so let me just correct it. Reflection of light, so this has to be, oh my god. So reflection of light takes place from the other surface called the reflecting surface. So this is how we can define it. So one more, let me just bring in. So let me just bring in one more. So the other definition is, there are two kinds of spherical mirrors. One, concave mirror and convex mirror. So there are two kinds of spherical mirror, that's not people, that's spherical mirror. Concave mirror and convex mirror. So let me just get in one more dialog box. So the other question, so now I am going to write, a concave mirror is made by silvering on the outer surface such that the reflection takes place from the inside hollow as shown in the figure. So I think it's not taking properly, it's concave mirror. So this has to be, let me just write it. It is concave mirror. Concave mirror is made by, it is called, I'll just write, silvering silvering on the this is on the outer surface of a hollow outer surface of, let me just write it properly, outer surface of a hollow sphere such that the reflection takes place reflection reflection takes place from the inside hollow as shown in the figure. So figure, you can draw it. I have sent you the PDF of this one. You can draw it, or you can just write it just as inside hollow. You can write it like this. So after this we have one more. So I'll just add one more dialog box. So this is concave mirror. So convex mirror also you can write it. Convex mirror is made by silvering on the inner surface such that the reflection takes place from the outer surface. So this is the definition of convex mirror. So let us try to understand pole. I hope the text speech will work. So let us start. The geometric center of the spherical surface of the mirror is called the pole of the mirror. To some extent it worked. So the geometric center of the, that is not spherical, that is spherical surface of the mirror is called the pole of the mirror. So this is how we can define the pole. So I'll just add one more text. So let it be somewhere. I'll just delete this one. Okay. So let me just write over here. What is center of curvature? The center of curvature of a mirror is the center of the sphere of which the mirror is a part. So I'll just put it over here. So I've written what is center of curvature. Answer is the center of curvature of a mirror is the center of the sphere of which the mirror is a part. Okay, you can correct it if it didn't take it properly. So I'm just trying to save my time when I'm defining all these things. So with this, I think I can finish this class. Thank you all of you.